This is the raw reality to getting rich at a young age, okay? And this is gonna we're gonna have to dive deep in this shit because there's a lot of things you kind of have to do in order to get rich young, right? Because it's not normal, right? Honestly, with like online money today, I see a ton of teens, getting rich at a young age, but that's simply because my For You page is like dedicated to like seeing that and like where I put myself in and network with certain people. Like, obviously, I'm bound to see that, but in the typical day to day average, 19-year-old or teen, because, I'm 19, but the average like teenager who, is in college, school, doing whatever, like, they're not actually actively trying to get rich. And it's not normal to want to get rich, to worry about money at a young age. It's not normal to, essentially get to this level of wealth at such a young age, right? So the raw reality of it is you got to make sacrifices. But in my opinion, those sacrifices aren't even sacrifices. It's just things you have to do. That's completely worth it and completely worth your time. It's just, you know, uh, I guess like some people would consider them sacrifices. I personally wouldn't, just because, getting rich, like not getting rich is the biggest sacrifice. So getting rich is only, not really a sacrifice at all. But yeah, like the raw reality of it is you just can't be friends with everyone. That's like the first thing. Like you can't have friends who are doing bullshit. Like I'll say it again, you cannot have friends who are doing bullshit, right? I had a ton of friends who weren't really worried about actually, their future, seeing success, getting money, anything that mattered, they weren't worried about it. And so like the raw reality of it is that you're gonna have to cut people off. You're gonna have to cut hella people off, right? It's part of the journey. It's part of, bettering yourself. Like you'll know you're bettering yourself when you start losing hella friends, right? That's how I knew personally. Like my old hometown friend group, I lost all of them. Like I wouldn't even consider lost, but I cut all of them off. And this was intentional too. I cut all of them off intentionally because I understood one thing. And that one thing was that these people are holding me back. These people are hating on me when I am trying to better myself. And that's simply because they don't want me to win. They don't want me to go up, right? They don't want to see me do well. They don't want to see me succeed, right? And so, like, the raw reality of it is that you're just going to have to cut hella people off. You're going to have to lose friends. You're going to have to miss out on fun things that aren't even, really fun. I just consider it bullshit. But, like, yeah, you just got to cut some people off. Like, you're not going to be able to become friends or be friends with everyone. Like, the people I'm surrounded with now in my current life, it's super specific. It's very specific kinds of people. And it's people who are simply worried about success. They are worried about making money. They are worried about the right things, right? Um, and so, like, you kind of just got to put yourself in the best possible situation in order to find success. And you're not going to see success from being around people who just want to drink, who just want to smoke, who just want to, fuck off all day and not really do anything with their life. And like I'll say right now, bro, I drink occasionally, not a lot. I don't drink every weekend. Hell no, not for me. But I'm a smoker. I smoke. I'm gonna keep it real. I smoke blunts on blunts. But the difference between me smoking and someone else smoking is I'll smoke in a crib and I'll get the fuck to work, right? I'll make something happen. I'll smoke and I'll go close a 5K deal. So that's the difference, right? I smoke and I lock the fuck in. I make real money, right? So I'm not sitting here smoking and just fucking off. Let's go to a party. Let's go to Halloween weekend. This shit's lame, right? And so that's the raw reality of it, bro. No other teen really wants to win. They don't. They don't want to get to that level of success that you are trying to strive for. They don't want to, I guess, get rich. Like they don't. Or they do, because everyone wants to get rich, but they don't need it. And like the level of want that you need to have in order to get rich is you need to want it more than you want to breathe. And I can't stress that enough. You need to want it more than you want to breathe. Like, bro, I already made almost 4K today, right? And I'm still not satisfied. I still feel like, this isn't enough. And for all those fuckers who, don't actually make the money they say they do, here, I'll show y'all right now. Just to show y'all, like, I'm dead ass, making real money. Or I'm dead ass not, I guess, capping about what I make. 1 second. But yeah, like, bro, people don't want to win, right? And so Let me show y'all right now. Hold on. Wait, maybe I'm down bad and I don't... Why is it not showing this? I'm trying to show y'all. Wow, maybe I'm just buns and it won't let me. Look, it's literally not loading. It's literally not loading, bro. But anyway, whatever. Who cares? Maybe I'm just a bullshitter. Maybe I'm just lying. Now let me stop. Oh, I'm in the wrong one. That's why. Oh, there we go. So as y'all can see, I'm up 3 bands on the day, and that's just from this. I also have an online store because I did do a little bit of e-commerce and I got a sale on that today. As you can see today, we got 1 sale. Nothing crazy. I'm just starting this brand up, but you know, it's still some progress right there. The main thing is the 3 bands though. That's really what I was gonna show, and that's just like, that's from 1 call. I took 1 call today, right? Today was a slow ass day. So, you know, it just goes to show, bro, like, I'm always locked in, bro. Even now, I have no other calls. I could be at a party. I could be outside. I could be doing bullshit, but I don't want to, right? And that's the kind of level you need to have in order to get rich. All you want to do is make money. All you want to talk about is money. All you think about is money. It's a level of obsession that's not healthy, right? And is that bad? No. I mean, is making 50K a month bad? Making 100K a month bad? I don't think so. So in a way, I don't view it as bad. I don't view it as something that, you know, I should look at and be like, oh, this isn't healthy. I need to go spend more time with, you know, my friends. I talk to my friends all the time. I work with all of my friends, right? And we're all on the same mission. We are all on the same mission to get rich, right? Because that is the goal, right? There's a reason I'm financially free at 19 and other 19-year-olds are working jobs, have no money saved, have no bread in their pocket, and I'm financially free. What is the difference? It's a difference in decisions, priorities, and I guess obsession. Yeah, obsession, that's what I would say. It's a difference in decisions and priorities, because what leads you to where you currently are in life? Decisions, right? Decisions in where you put your priorities, where you put your time, and also what you enjoy doing and are obsessed in, because what you enjoy doing is ultimately what you do, right? So what led me to get here? What led me to, be financially free at 19? Obsession. I'm obsessed, right? And I didn't used to be this way. I started a year ago, right? I started a year ago and I'm financially free. In 1 fucking year. I've been telling people this, bro. It takes 1 year to become successful. Not always. I wouldn't even consider myself fully successful yet. I still got a lot of my journey to go along. I'm financially free, yes, but am I guess, considered rich? In my mind, no, but in other people's mind, yes. They would consider me rich, but in my head, no, I'm not rich. I can't go buy 10 Lamborghinis at the at the dealership, so I wouldn't consider myself rich. But rich is also subjective. It's also, I guess, opinion based. So I wouldn't consider myself rich, but I am financially free. And how did I get here? I got here from priorities. I got here from searching what I do. A year ago, I was lost. I was in a college classroom. I was day drinking. Keep in mind, I do not drink. I do not drink at all. I do not drink. That isn't me. Yeah, I smoke, and I was doing that in college too, but I still smoke now. I smoke less. I mean, I haven't smoked all day today. I didn't smoke yesterday. I don't even have weed, right? I don't gaza on me. You know what I mean? Because I don't need it. I'm in control of my own mind, right? I'm in control of my own actions. So what is really, leading me to get here is a change in decision making and a change in priorities. I simply changed my priorities, right? Back in college a year ago, I was day drinking. I was lost. I was going to parties. And do you know why I was doing that? Because of my environment. I thought that was normal, right? I thought I was meant to be normal, right? But deep down, I knew I wasn't meant to be, and I knew I had to be different. And so after I guess a good month, 2 weeks, 3 weeks into college, no, it was a good month. It was a good month. After a month of being in college, I understood that what I was doing right now was not going to take me anywhere. Was not going to get me to where I wanted to be. Was not going to get me to that level of financial freedom that I, dreamed of having, right? And so I understood one thing. Something had to change, right? Something in me had to completely change in order for me to get to where I want to be, right? What was that, you may ask? Decision making and priority. I said it earlier, I'll say it again, right? Because it's the biggest thing. I stopped going to parties, haven't been to one, and I stopped doing the same bullshit I used to do. I was day drinking simply because of my environment, and your environment is who you become, right? Your environment, the people who surround you, is who you become. I can't stress it enough. If you are in a friend group full of bums, you will be a bum. I do not care if your money is right now. If you are in a friend group full of bums, you will be the fucking, let's say there's 4 bums in the friend group, you're gonna be the 5th, right? Let's say you're in a friend group full of millionaires and you are poor, right? You are broke, you are struggling. Guess who's gonna be the 5th millionaire? You, right? And obviously, it's gonna be hard to find millionaire friends. It's gonna be hard to find, those same people who are on the same journey. And that's why you don't go looking for the friends to change you. You change internally, you change yourself, right? I didn't have the friends I have now until I changed myself, right? Until I changed what went on in here, until I changed what I wanted to do, until I changed my actions, until I changed my decisions, right? Because you're not gonna find those friends, you're gonna make those friends along the journey, right? I met most of my friends I met along the journey. I only have one friend who does business with me that I knew when I was really broke, but that's only because I've known him for years and years and years, and I met him online. Right? I didn't meet him in person, right? So who you surround yourself is ultimately who you become, right? So look at your friend group, look at your current circle. Like, is that who you want to be, right? If your friend group's out partying, chasing bitches, only trying to fuck some, right? What else? Drinking all day. Like, that's ultimately who you become. I was surrounding myself in college a year ago with people who were doing nothing but drinking all night. Bro, drinking on a fucking Thursday night, Tuesday night, even in the daytime. So what am I gonna do? Ultimately drink with them, right? Because I'm getting lost, right? They're bringing me down a path, and it's not their fault. It isn't, right? It's just we all had, terrible priorities. We weren't worried about the right shit. And so they're leading me down a terrible path to the point where I'm fucking lost now, right? I'm cooking myself. So, the main thing you gotta focus on is who you surround yourself, and 2, what you're doing with your free time, your decision making, and 3, how you're taking action, how you're getting closer to your goals, right? Because if you're not doing anything to essentially get closer to your goals, you failed, right? You essentially are moving away from purpose. And so you're gonna slowly have no purpose, right? Why do you think people who sit at the bar all day and drink their life away are depressed, right? They have no purpose. They have no meaning. They have no, purpose of life. And it's okay to drink. It's okay to smoke, right? A lot of people say you can't do that to be successful. You gotta wake up at 5 a.m. You gotta take cold showers. That's bullshit, right? It's simply a change of priorities. All you have to do is change what you're doing and implement doing something that is going to lead you to that goal that you want to achieve. Right? So honestly, I would say the raw reality of getting rich young is you just gotta cut hella people off. You can't go to, all those parties that you want to go to. I mean, you can, but who's at parties? Broke people, right? So what are you ultimately gonna become? Broke, right? You can tell yourself you can go to these parties, you can tell yourself that you're fine, but eventually it's gonna take a toll and it's gonna affect you, right? And so the main piece of advice from this video, I would say, is just you have to want it more than you want to breathe, 1. And so you have to surround yourself with the right people. But in order to do that, you have to change your priorities to find the right people, right? I changed my priorities. I have so many old friend groups of people who were not locked in that I completely ghosted. I ghosted everyone, right? Not everyone, but I ghosted the friends who were not doing the right things, right? And guess what? Those friends used to hate on me, used to shit on me. Guess what? They're still broke. Right? They're still broke to this day. And so obviously if I was still friends with them, I'd be broke. I wouldn't be financially free at 19. I wouldn't be in the places I'm, at right now. I wouldn't have reached the level and the mindset I'm at right now. And that's simply because being with those kinds of people who have a restricted mindset will only restrict your own. So the biggest thing is just, where do you want to be? Where do you see yourself? And how are you going to, take action to get there? So yeah, and I'm gonna catch you on the next one though. But if your friend group is not locked in, might be time for a new friend group, especially if you're the only one in that friend group who actually wants to win, right? I was the only one in my friend group who wanted to win, right? So am I gonna sit here and try to bring them up with me? I tried. Did it go well? No, I got shit on. I got hated on. So guess what? I had to ghost and come up on my own. Now we here. You know what I mean? And I got here by cutting them off. I got here from, distancing myself and putting myself in the best possible situation in order for me to become successful. And that's the raw reality of getting rich at a young age.